Hi guys, thanks for joining us again on the channel. So there's a reason I haven't talked about this one until now. It's not because I didn't want to talk about it, but because I needed to get it right, and now the wait's over. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. So, this folding electric bike arrived in a big box, and yes, it needed assembly, which is a first for me with a folding bike. I've got a regular electric bike I love, so I'm coming at this from that perspective. Curious about folding, not sold on the cheapest options. The package included the usual bits: Allen wrenches, a screwdriver, and a fairly well-written manual with diagrams. It was a relief to see it isn't one of those translation mishmash guides. This one actually reads clearly. Assembly took me about 45 minutes, though a chunk of that was me clipping packing material and removing zip ties. The steps are straightforward: attach the front wheel, align things, tighten. One odd moment, the manual starts talking about folding before the bike is fully assembled. Also, there was a front axle brace pre-installed on my unit that had to come off before I could mount the wheel. Not a deal breaker, but it did throw me for a moment because it wasn't mentioned anywhere in the guide. Tires inflated to the value printed on them, 40 psi in my case. The charger is small and the manual promises 5.5 hours for a full charge. I didn't time it, just watched the red light go green. The handlebar and the seat adjust with quick release clamps, and there are numbered markers on the posts so you can lock in your preferred height again easily if you fold it or if someone else rides it. I'm 5'10", and there was ample adjustment room to set this up for a comfortable ride. Folding is a two-step process: undo a quick release on the frame, pull a pin, and the frame folds to one side. The handlebar folds with a similar quick release. With the frame and handlebar folded, this electric bike is compact enough to tuck into a back corner of a small car. Pedals fold flat too. One little caveat: when folded, there isn't an obvious way to lock everything in place, so you learn the grip points for lifting it up, otherwise it feels a bit like it could unfold on you the first time. There are 2 sets of keys, 3 for the ignition and 2 for the battery. The battery slides into a groove and locks with a key. There are 3 positions for the battery: off, on, and unlocked. The bike actually has a charging port on the side of the battery and another connector to link the bike to the battery. Up on the handlebar there is a bell and another keyhole. A second key toggles through off, on, and on, plus lights. The front headlight is surprisingly bright, and there's a tail light that flashes when you brake. Power is the surprising bit. You can ride full electric without pedaling, which is not always the case with cheaper options. It's a single speed with a modest 350-watt motor, but it's responsive and surprisingly sprightly. You can also pedal if you want to, which is handy as a backup. The ride itself is decent. The 16-inch tires aren't as rough as I expected, and the front suspension helped on rough sidewalks. The hill near my place gave the motor something to chew on, and it kept pushing through at about 9 miles per hour, which was a pleasant surprise. There is no built-in speedometer or odometer, but the speed reads at around 15 miles per hour in real-world testing, which matches what the manufacturer claims. Storage and daily use are where this bike shines. I can remove the battery to lighten the load for car trips, and you can keep it set up or fold it and push the seat down for a tighter footprint at home. The brakes are disc brakes, front and rear, and they work well enough after a light adjustment on the front brake. All told, I'm fairly happy with this folding electric bike. It's not the perfect urban machine, but it folds quickly, fits in a small car, and actually rides well enough to be a practical everyday option. There were a few hiccups during assembly, and a later service experience with some water exposure reminded me that support matters, but the team did step in and help. I'll keep riding this through the season and post any updates I think are helpful.